Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn read CSV files from directories. Right. As the file is pushed to a directory, producer will start reading and it will send to Kafka. Right. So in this tutorial we are going to learn how to read CSV file using OpenCSV, and we will use watcher on a directory. So it will keep on watching on a directory. As the file is pushed to a directory, it will pick that file and it will process and it will move that file to the another directory. Right. And for serialize, for Java object serialization, we will write our custom JSON serializers, and using that JSON serializer we will serialize Java object. Right. So we know the prerequisite like Java 8, Kafka, and need ID. So let's start writing. We have everything. I have installed Java 8, Kafka, and I have ID. So let's start creating projects. So first we have to create the Maven projects. We have to add all dependencies. Log4 j2.xml file we have to add, and then we have to write start producer class. Go to file, new project, select Maven project, next, and now select directory where we want to delete that one, and I'm going to create directory read directory, right? And here group ID, and click on finish, open in the new window, right? And the first thing we have to add here all the required form file, right? Dependencies here, right? So I have already dependencies here. Let me copy paste. Right, we know Kafka client, log4j, and then Jackson data binder we need to use to write JsonSerializer, right? And we need one more dependencies here, OpenCV. com.opencv CSV, and then here notified carry we have to add open CSV, and then version 5.1, right? We are done with that, right? So these are the dependencies, and now we have to add that build part, right? So that we can create Java file, right? So let's start create package here, tu.cit.example.producer, read directory producer, right? And we'll give the complete path here of my class producer dot this one. Now my form file is ready, right? Form file is ready. So what we have to do, Just go to the Maven, expand this one, life cycle, clean. Once finished, refresh. It will add all the dependencies here, right? Open CSV, Jackson's, and login and Kafka client as well. Now, form file. We are done with the form file. Now, the second step, we have to add here log4j file under the source resources. Log4j2.xml, right? So we have a content here. Just copy paste that content, and just we have to change here the package name, example.producer. Right, we are done with the log4j file as well, right? So we have to write here to read the directory, right? So first we have to create a model. Let's say I have to read the student record. So I'll create here the student model first. Student model, right? Let me create data here first, so it would be better for understanding. So data, inside data I have, let's say, one file, student.csv file, and in that file I have a field name, student ID, name, department, subject, marks, right? Let's say student ID is 101, Mr. X, subject C++, and the marks he got 85, right? 102, Mr. Y, C++, and he got 78 marks. Let's say I have a to record here, and I want to read CSV files, student.csv. Based on this field, I will write here my model, right? Private teacher, and here one more thing, what we will do is we will map CSV file by name, right? Each field, because we are going to use open CSV, right? So private string, right here, private string, now we have mapped these 5 fields with the CSV, right? Now we have to create a getter and setter methods. So see how easy it is. So we have created here a student model, right? So we are done with the student model. Now we have to add here serializer to serialize our object, right? So let's create JsonSerializer, serializer, right? Now I have a code here, just copy paste this. Okay, no problem. Let's write here, right? So first what we will do is we will implement our class with interface serializer, right? private final object mapper is equal to object mapper public JSON JsonSerializer public void configure string key. Void string topic data. Terminal dot mapper write value as byte. Now this is the line where I'm converting into the byte, right? Write value as byte and catch exception key. So another exception finding JSON message, right? And then public void close. Serialize, right? Now we are done with the serializer, right? So our serializer is ready. Now we will use that serializer in our producer application, right? So we have done with the serializer, right? Now we have to write a class to read CSV file, right? So let's start writing CSV file. So another class I'm going to write here read CSV file private string CSV file name private. I'm creating one list to store all the student record. Now constructor, we will pass file name from the main. Alright, we are done with the constructor. Now we are going to write a function. This function will read the CSV file and it will return the record in the list. read CSV file. So open try. Now here we have to create first CSV reader. CSV reader. CSV reader, and we have to pass here file reader to read file, right? And just pass here file name, right? We are done with this, right? Now we will convert into the Java bean, right? So we need object here, CSV to bean, new CSV to bean builder, and pass here CSV reader. And after that we have to pass here type. What type? Every record must be mapped with the student model, right? I have created a student model here. Student model. This is the schema. Student model dot class, right? And then with ignore space true build. Now I have created CSV to bin object as well. Now I have to parse it. Once we will parse this, it will return the list, student list, right? So I have a list to store all the object, right? CSV to bin parse. Yeah, I am done, right? So this will read the file and it will convert into the bean, Java bean, and it will return all the objects in the form of list. And now finally we will return this list, right? Student list, right? We are done with the CSV file reader. This class will read this CSV file, right? Whatever the file name we will pass, it will read that file, right? So we will create the object and we will call these functions methods, and it will read the CSV file. We are ready with the CSV file reader as well. So now we have to start writing main functions, right? So here we will start writing, right? So here we will use watcher here, right? So first create here private static final logger is equal to log manager dot get logger. Import, and then I'll write here one method, a static method, which will return true or false. Send message, and I'll pass here file name, right? In that create and we will set all the producer configurations, and we will create a producer here, right? So start writing here the producer's code. Producer first will create property file, properties variable, come to new properties, Here now start setting producer's configuration, right? Producer configurations dot bootstrap localhost 9092 drop the producer. Now we'll set here the key serializer. Our key will be a string, so I'll use here string serializer. Producer configurations. Wow, value serializer. Already we have created JSON, right? That we will use our JSON serializer. Right, we are done with the configurations, right? And now we create here producer. So string key type is string, and the value type is student model. Producer new Kafka producers, and pass here properties, right? And I'll use logger here. Producer is created. Now I'll create the object of the read CSV file. To read the CSV file, read CSV file. Here, this is the path where I'll get my file, and the file name will pass from the main method list, student list. It will return the list of objects, right? So I'm done with that. Now we have to iterate each object. Student object, student list. Student model object. Now I created the record, right? Student record. Now we have to send this record. So to send this record, we need to create producer record, right? Producer record. What is the key type? Is string, and the value type is student model record producer, and then pass here topic name, student details, and the key, get department name, and the object as a value, right? Producer dot send this record, right? I'm done with that. Now close that producer, right? And when the file has been read, now we will move this file into some other directory, right? When the file is read, then we'll move that file dot move so data source move this file dot get and where to move. So we will have another directory completed. File name. We are done with that. right? And import add exceptions. Exceptions. Okay. Set here module, right? Now if temp not is equal to null, println file name has been read and send all records to Kafka, right? And return true. Otherwise, fails. Just I'll send this message below and return false. Now I have written the complete this function send message functions, and we will use this function into the main body, right? So in the main body, just we are going to implement watcher. Watcher will use watcher. Inside watcher, we will use this method. Right. Now here public no, we are going to write watcher here. To use watch service watcher file systems default watch service. So from which folder we need to read data files, so we have to mention here, and then we have to register this with watcher. Register this path with watcher, and for what event? So event will be enter create, when the new file will be created in our folder, right? Put class okay, entry create. En try underscore create. Okay, I'm done with that. System.out.println watcher service is registered for directory now we have while here, it will keep on watching, right? So inside while first we need to create a key try watcher dot take key, and we have to handle interrupted exceptions here. Yeah, we have to add cache here. Okay, we are done with that. We have created a key, and now we have here for to get the event, because there could be many events: create, update, modify, right? Event key dot all events. Now we have watch event here. Watch event dot kind. We need to track the kind, right? It is a create or update or delete. What kind, what event is happening? So we will capture here the kind, right? And we will check that kind, right? And now get the file name. Give the file name. So how to get the file name? Watch event right, and after that we have path file name equal to ev dot context. It will return the file name, right? And now what we'll do, we'll check the kind, right? Kind is equal to entry create. If the file is pushed, if the new file will be pushed to our directory, so what will happen, right? So we will call here our static method send message, and we will pass here file name, right? And here logger.info all records from file name has been sent to Kafka. Okay, we have to add exceptions, right? So we have a try here, right? Add here exception. IO exceptions. Right. We are done with that, right? So this is my watcher in the main, right? Watcher keep on watching on the data and this is source file, the source directory, right? When any new file will be pushed into the source directly, automatically it will come here. It will check in the kind. It will check which event has been happened. If this is the create event, what it will do? It will call send message method. It will pass the file name, right? And once everything is done here, the send method, it will return that all record from file name has been sent to Kafka, right? So after one file, what we have to do, we have to reset the key, because for every file we will have some key, so we have to reset that key. Boolean valid is equal to key dot reset, not valid. Track. Right, we are done with our applications. Right, so whenever the file will be pushed under the directory data under source, this event will be happen in tree create, and it will call my static method send message, and I'm passing here the file name, right? Once this method will be called, it will come here, it will create the producers, it will read the file from that directory, it will push to the Kafka, after that it will close to the close producer, and after that it will move that file from source to completed directory. That's it. So let's create data source and completed folder. So I have data folder here, so let's create another directory here, source, and another directory here, completed. Now we are done with this, right? And here, yeah, we are done with this, right? So our project is ready now, this one, right? So we have completed our producer class, and now how to test. So start zookeeper server, create topics, and run the application, right? And to check you the consumer, right? So let's start all the server. Zookeeper server start home directory Kafka, and we have to pass zookeeper property, and now okay, we have to check. Okay, our server is running already, right? Here you can see here the zookeeper server 0, server 1, and server 2, all the Kafka servers running, so no need to run again, right? So now what we have to do, we have to create student details. So already I have created student details folder, sorry, topics. So just what we have to do now, we have to run this application, right? So let's run this application. Now watch service register for directory source, right? And now as we put some file into the source directory, it will read that file, it will push that record of that file to the Kafka, and it will move that file to the completed folder. So here we have these two records in the student.csv. So I'm going to copy this file and paste into the source directory, right? So student, right? So you can see here file is not found. Where is the problem? Number of data fields does not match the number of header. Okay, here I have a problem here. Now student, you can see student ID, name, department, subject, and marks. So we need to check this student model, student ID, name, subject, and marks, subject and marks. 1 2 3 4 5 2 3 4 5. Number of data field does not match number of data. Integer, string, double, right? Integer. Okay, here I miss department, right? Here let's say department, CS department, and this is also CS department, right? Now run again. Right, now let's copy, delete that one. Now copy this file to source. File is created. Sorry, I have not saved actually. I need to save this file. Okay, delete that one, and I have not saved. CS now run these applications, copy and paste. Now you can see here, right? The student CSV file has been read and sent all record to Kafka, right? All record from this file has been sent to Kafka, right? So let's consume from here, right? So we have this command here. Run this command from beginning .sh, because this is the Linux, so we need to run .sh. Yes, you can see here Mr. X and Mr. Y, right? So let's say another file like Mr. A, Mr. B, and one is from CIC department and one is from IT department. 74 mark and 85.5 marks, right? So we have this. Let's copy this file again, copy and paste. Let's say this time student 1, right? You can see here, right? Mr. A and Mr. B, right? And you can see here no file, all the file is moved automatically here, right? Completed, right? As the file will push to the source, it will start reading, right? Watcher will keep that file, this file will push to the Kafka, right? And after that the application will move that file from source to completed. Hope this tutorial is good and you have understand, you have learned a lot of things. Thank you very much. We will learn new concept in new some other next videos. Thank you.